I wanted to film in here and Hippo wanted to nap or relax in here, so we compromised. Hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing super duper well, and today guys I'm going to show you exactly how I edit my YouTube videos with Final Cut Pro. This video is for someone who doesn't have Final Cut Pro yet and is wondering if it's for them, see how simple it is to use, how user friendly it is, or if you do have Final Cut Pro and you're just curious like I am whenever I watch these videos how different people edit their different YouTube videos. It's always interesting to me like how different people like set up their stuff in their format and like little tips and tricks that they have that they do. This is also for people who don't edit YouTube videos, don't have an interest in editing YouTube videos, but are curious as to like what exactly goes into editing a YouTube video. So whether or not you fit into those three categories, I hope you do enjoy this video. Real quick before we get into it, I got my white crop that I ordered from Free People like forever ago in the mail. So that is what I'm wearing here. My necklace is from Made by Mary, as well as these little disc earrings. This is from Aerie like forever ago, so if I can find something similar, I'll link it down below. And then I have these like olive leggings from Aerie that I'll also leave linked down below. Everybody do not forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and let's get into it, my friends. First things first, you're going to load up Final Cut Pro, and then this is a part that I actually have no idea if it's industry standard or whatsoever. Something that I definitely probably should have looked up before I started editing my YouTube videos years ago, but I think I just like was too eager and I was just like, oh, this works. And I also am the person who likes to keep videos separate and kind of organized as files in different libraries and stuff. So if this is like so backwards and like there's a different way to do this, obviously let me know in the comments, but this is just how I do it. So I go ahead for each video, I click on File and I do a new library. I do a new library for every separate video because again, I like to keep it all in one place instead of just having a library called YouTube videos, because I inevitably will be moving that library off to create more space on my laptop. So I like to have different libraries for the different videos so I can locate them on the drive that I move them off to when it's time to like clear space. So we're going to name this Final Cut Pro Demo. So I create a library and I save it, and then you can see our new library here. Then within that library, while it's still selected, I go ahead and I create a project. And this is where some people will create a whole library that just says YouTube videos, and then each project is a separate YouTube video, which totally works. But again, I've just always been doing this because I like to just move them off and like keep them all organized and separate into their own videos. When I'm creating a project, I create it in the format of video 1080p HD. That is the highest one on the list. And then my resolution is 1920 by 1080. And I do an FPS of 29.97. That FPS is pretty standard for shooting your YouTube videos, and typically you like your project or your project timeline, which is what we are creating right now, to match the FPS of what you shot in, unless you get into kind of slow-mo and stuff like that, but we're not gonna cover that. We're not gonna go too in the weeds about that stuff. But if you like this video and you want different type of tutorials as far as slow-mo and like stuff like that, please let me know in the comments below. But the rate is 29.97. I always do Apple ProRes 422 for rendering. That's just what I looked up when I was overwhelmed and I was creating my first YouTube video. And then click OK, and we now have a blank project timeline. Now in Final Cut Pro, you can go ahead and hook up your pictures and photos and things like that to Photos on your Mac. And here you'll see that the automatic one that loads in for me, just because I'm always taking from it, is a folder that I have within Photos. Within the app Photos on the Mac, you can have different folders based on media type, and so I have one titled Videos. So if you hook up the app Photos to Final Cut Pro, you can always import the videos directly from there. So I'll go ahead and load all of the clips that I am looking to load in for a YouTube video. You guys probably already saw this video. It's when I cleaned my white Vans. But for the sake of this demo, we'll just load them in like we're creating a new project. So load all your clips in, and the first thing I do is lower my volume because I can see the volume is just like peaking being above the amount that I would want it to be. I'm just gonna lower that down a little bit so that it's not gonna like burst anyone's eardrums when they open my YouTube video. And when I did that, I had all the clips selected because they're automatically selected when you load them into the project. So the very, very first thing that I will be doing throughout my entire project is what we call the rough cut. And that is when I go and literally just go ahead and cut everything, like pauses and different things I don't want in the video. I usually cut out a lot of my pauses personally because I think it helps with the like speed and interesting nature of the video to like keep it going, keep it snappy. That's literally what I will do. That'll probably take, I want to say like maybe 1 to 2 hours depending on the length of the video that you have. And this is also where I will decide what I will be having as like a time lapse or not. So there are like talking bits of the video, but then there are parts like this where I'm starting to clean my shoe where I know that I'm just going to have that be a time lapse. So part of the rough cut is not only cutting out the bits that I don't want in there and just leaving in the footage that I do want in there, but it's deciding where the time lapse portions are gonna be. So for example, say this is a time lapse portion. I cut it where I want it to start, and then I decide like probably around here is gonna be good, and when I'm going through the rough cut, I simply just cut the volume because I don't usually have volume in on my time lapses because it's gonna come out with like that. And then I go ahead and decide how fast I'm gonna make it. I think that's pretty good because when we go ahead and play it back, I go from talking to a satisfying type of not too fast. You can still see what I'm doing, but still a pretty decent speed at which we are time lapsing. And just a quick tutorial on how I'm going through and doing the rough cut. There are different keyboard shortcuts on how to quickly grab the tools that you need to rough cut, but this right here is the select tool. This is like the simple select tool like that you use in a bunch of different types of programs I'm sure you guys use. But then when I go to cut in between, I use the blade tool. So for example, if I want to cut from here, and then I let the video play and I want to cut here, I make the cuts with the blade tool, and then I go back to the select tool, I select this where I want to delete, and I go ahead and delete it. The keyboard fast cuts that I go in between are B for blade and A for select. I don't know why A is select, it should be maybe S, but it's second nature to me now, so I'm always going in between A and B as I am cutting the portion I want to cut out and selecting and then deleting that portion that I want to cut out. It might sound a little complicated, it really isn't. And when I was writing down the notes that I wanted to say within this video, it actually was difficult to think about exactly what I was doing because it's so second nature now. All you have to do is like edit 1 to 2 videos and you're just like going for it. The only other shortcut that I do use so my hands are not going all around the keyboard is space to keep playing the video and then space to pause. So it's constant in between space to pause, B to blade and cut it up, and then A to select and delete. Once I had the entire rough cut finished with my video, the videos will probably be between like 20 to 25 minutes long. Sometimes on the shorter side, I try not to make them longer than that. I go ahead and I add the fancy stuff. And I learned this trick from Aspen Ovard when she was showing like a sneak peek on how she edits her videos and stuff. What I do is I go back to all of my libraries. Remember, the library is what we created in the beginning. It's like a master folder of the YouTube video. So here's my library here of the project I'm showing you guys. But I have a library down here that is constantly in my Final Cut Pro. All of these other ones will be moved off when I want to just do a nice clearing, nice declutter of the videos that I have on my laptop. But this one, YouTube Video Elements, will always be here. So within this project and slash library, I have all of the usual fancy elements that I add to my YouTube videos. And the thing is, you can easily add like text to your video every time and choose your font every time and your size every time. But when you have it laid out within the library like this, like I have the text at the beginning of the video, and then I've got my intro here all imported in, and then I also have text that I'm constantly adding to my videos, like when I'm plugging my Twitch channel, when I'm plugging my Instagram, I've got that element here. What's really great about having all of these elements already within a project timeline, so you can simply just take, copy, and paste it onto the project you're working on. There's no resizing, there's no finding the file within your folders on your desktop, and it really saves a freaking lot of time. time. This library that I have here that is a constant within my Final Cut Pro has my intro, my outros, music, different elements that I put up on the screen, text, the text within the font that I want, and fancy animations. All of these fancy elements and fancy animations that you see here on the screen are from my friend Haley's online shop, and I actually have a discount for you guys if this like fits your aesthetic, or if you know anyone that this might fit their aesthetic. I always, when I was starting off editing YouTube videos, I wondered where everyone got all of those fancy like things that pop up on the screen and are super, super cute, but also sometimes they would be a little loud. They would have just a lot of color to them, like a lot of red and yellow and all of this stuff, and it just wasn't me. It wasn't as muted as I like my aesthetic to be. So then again, going back to Aspen Ovard, she plugged Haley at some point in her videos about like how Haley makes her intros and things like that, and I was like, I'm gonna check out this girl Haley. And then I found that she has all of these really reasonably priced digital goods on her site, and so I actually have a discount for you guys. If you or anyone you know wants to shop Haley's site and the digital goods that she has on her website for your videos, your friends' videos, whatever, you can use the code DINGLE10 for 10% off of your purchase. Everything is already so reasonably priced on her shop, and everything is so cute and so freaking aesthetic. If you want 10% off your purchase, all you have to do is use the code DINGLE10. I, as you guys know, have been using these things for ages. So go ahead, check her stuff out and just go crazy on her shop, because I definitely did. So just to show you real quick about how easy it is to grab different elements from that project into the one that we just added in, I'm gonna go ahead, I just did a copy and I go ahead and I paste, click OK. And now you've got your YouTube intro that you always have that would take probably a little bit to set up if you didn't already have it, and then we are into the video. I also usually like to put the day of the week at the very beginning of the video, so say this was, let's say it was like a Tuesday, because it probably was. I go ahead, I copy on Tuesday this beautiful element that we have, and right at the beginning of the video you've got the intro, and then you go ahead into the first clip and we have that it's telling everyone that it's Tuesday before we start talking, and it makes it super cute. The other element that I want to talk about when I'm adding in this fancy stuff is music. I always get so many questions on my Twitch channel when I'm playing this music in the background, like, what is this music? Where did you get this music? And I get all of my royalty-free music from a site called Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is a service full of royalty-free music, and you pay a monthly fee. I think I pay like $15, and you get access to like so much royalty-free music of all different genres, moods, albums, like whatever. Like all of the music that you hear in my YouTube videos comes from here. So I have my usual music that I put within my YouTube videos, like my intros and my outros, in the Constant Elements project that I showed you before. But if I just want something fresh, something I haven't heard before, something you guys haven't heard before in the video, I'll go ahead and start browsing on Epidemic Sound. And since you have to hook up your YouTube channel or wherever you will be using your music onto like your account, they have suggestions based on your recent downloads or based on the channel that you put up there on more songs that they recommend that you might like based on the stuff that they've already seen you use. So on my Twitch stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays for some background music, I will have up their live stream that they have where they're just like playing pop music all the time. So after all that is said and done, after you've rough cut your video, you've added all the elements, you added your music, all of that stuff, this is how I export my YouTube videos using Final Cut Pro. I go up here to this special little arrow here and I click Master File Defaults, and then in the Settings tab, this is the format that I will be exporting. So the format is obviously video and audio, because that would suck if I didn't export the audio with my video. The video codec that I use is H.264 out of all of these options. This is something I definitely did research because I saw all these options and I was like, I don't know what will perform best for a YouTube video. I'm sure if you're exporting literally like a movie or a music video, like professional stuff like that, there might be a better way to export your videos, but all of the sources that I looked up when it came to video codec and what's best for YouTube videos was H.264. This is the standard resolution and stuff that you set at the beginning when you were setting up your project, and also when you set that up, when you're picking those settings that we previously picked when you're setting up a project, that will be like the default for the next one that you do. So I'm never changing that stuff up. And then we go ahead, we click next, and we choose where we want this to export to on your computer. And then you go through the normal process of uploading a YouTube video through YouTube's uploader platformy thingy. Now, just to show you guys the complete before and after of what all of that editing would do to a segment of a YouTube video versus if we just left it completely alone, I'm going to play the beginning of of the vlog that we worked on completely unedited, and then I'm going to play the beginning of that vlog where we added all of the edits. So you'll see exactly how worth it all of your hard work editing your YouTube videos is. And hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing super duper well, and today guys, it is Thursday. What are days anymore? Happy Thursday my friends, happy stream day. I'm so excited to go live today. We are going to play the Not So Berry challenge today. We played Stardew on Tuesday, which was exactly the vibe that I was looking for, so I'm glad you guys voted on that. In Discord, if you guys want to be part of those votes of like what we play on stream whenever we do vote for it, my Discord's always in the description below. Like, we've been sleeping on this restaurant and now we are obsessed with it. These puppies have honestly seen much better days. Sounds like a chemistry experiment that I really don't want to mess up. Oh God, it's on my phone. I don't think this is working. Oh, it's kind of working. And it was so not inviting and I really did not want to spend my money there. I could have cried. I could have cried this time. Guys, I have not forgotten to show you the after of the van. And hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing super duper well, and today guys, it is Thursday. What are days anymore? Happy Thursday my friends, happy stream day. I'm so excited to go live today. We are going to play the Not So Berry challenge today. We played Stardew on Tuesday, which was exactly the vibe that I was looking for, so I'm glad you guys voted on that. In Discord, if you guys want to be part of those votes of like what we play on stream whenever we do vote for it, my Discord's always in the description below. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button because we upload YouTube videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Everybody do not forget to give this video a big old thumbs up. Haley's digital shop will be linked down below. Again, use Dingle10 for 10% off your entire order. But before we go, a quick comment shout out for everyone who's been commenting on my YouTube videos. Thank you so much. These comments literally make my day. Thank you so much to Kristen R, Allie Oakley, Lauren, Lil Venomous, Tay Quaid, Natters, CB Main, Cryptic Howl, Hope Marie, Bashley, Roman Too Lit, Sweet D101, Natalie Penna, Madslyn, Jess, and Kersey. Thank you all so much for your kind comments on my recent YouTube videos. I so appreciate it. Guys, if you want to be a next comment shout out, all you have to do is be subscribed. Make sure you have that bell notification turned on so you get notified whenever I upload a YouTube video. Come on in, comment on it, and you could be in my next video. I love you all very much, and I will catch you in the next one, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye!